Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, November 21, 2022. In the first half of the day, you can experience some waning motivation levels. Insecurities or matters left hanging can take over your thoughts temporarily, but they're easy to let go of as the day progresses. While early day can find you wrestling with doubt, or circumstances seem to test your vulnerabilities, you can move beyond this, or you get the chance to sort everything out to your advantage as the day advances. Aim to identify areas within you that may be preventing you from claiming happiness. Avoid people-pleasing, but consider that certain feedback you receive might be valuable. For best results, aim to let in some room for inspiration and imagination. It's a good time to take a break from the usual mental routine and let your mind wander. Don't tempt the demons today. As mighty Mars, our red planet of sex, passion, and drive, sizzles through the sky, he will clash with a cranky Neptune. You'll feel extremely weak, insecure, and under the weather in all ways, as if you are nearly drowning. By all means, try to unplug, don't engage in drugs, alcohol, or addictive behavior, and give yourself space and time to rest. Recharge your spirit, body, and mind rather than depleting them. The storms will soon fade and you'll feel better that you stayed tethered to higher ground. Do not let your temper get the best of you today. You might be dealing with more stress than usual at work when Mars retrograde in Gemini squares Neptune retrograde in Pisces. Expect work to be hectic, especially if there are some pertinent tidbits of information lost in translation throughout the day. Since the conversations might be somewhat strained, you may need to work on not letting your frustration slip. Watch how you convey your side of the story, thoughts, feelings, and questions while talking to colleagues. Tone, turf, and timing are crucial. The moon is making its first visit to your career sector since Mercury ended all planetary activity on the career front, but to find that things are still growing strong on the income and job fronts. This is the moon's first visit since Mars returned retrograde in your work sector, but the second since Saturn turned direct in your income sector, with a chance to connect and energize both over the coming days. You could feel especially powerful right now, so be sure to keep up your physical routine in order to get the full benefit of this transit. Today's planetary influence could be the reason for your feeling of increased mental capacity and greatly enhanced ability to communicate with others. You may make people feel better just by giving them a compliment them today. Enjoy this transit and celebrate with a really fun workout. You can expect a real boost to your overall energy today. A world of possibilities is ahead of you. If you feel like there isn't anything you can't do or take on, make the most of this vibration and see about trying something totally new and different. If you're not sure exactly what to do, take a drive in your car and see where you end up. Visit some shops or a nearby town. See about meeting some new faces while you're out and about, if possible. Create your own adventure and possibility today. Knowing that when he leaves your sector of friendship, teamwork and networking in 2 days he will end all planetary activity here for the year, the Sun was always going to make this a weekend for being as socially engaged as possible. Helping to make this happen is the Sun's friendly aspect to Jupiter, who in his last weekend in retrograde motion in your communication sector is looking for any chance to give the past and unsaid words a voice. At the same time, as they spend their first weekend in a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart aligned, Venus and Mercury will call for at least some time to hear yourself think. As she spends her first weekend in a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart, Venus, the planet of love, is both closing old doors and looking to the future as she prepares to return to Capricorn early next month. Fortunately, as you embark on your annual nostalgic trip down love's memory lane, you not only have Uranus, who in retrograde motion is looking to the past, but the North Node, which is looking to the future. Daily planetary overview. Today, the moon sextiles Mercury and Venus, and will feel a strong work ethic and determination to get things done. But as the moon aspects Venus, you could be cautious about letting down your guard with people, and you might even be somewhat defensive. You have to face up to an inner test of strength, constantly pressured by other people's problems. They might even hurt your feelings or wind you up. Take a constructive approach to this difficult situation by seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen your own position and to emerge from the argument with greater self-confidence. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. The sun is in the last degrees of Scorpio, pushing us to rush through our emotions. If you can tap into your reservoir of charm and compassion, you can make it through a challenging morning without too many issues. You have every right to simply have fun with others, but with this attitude you rarely experience the feeling of true love. Being a great heartbreaker limits your experiences, not allowing anyone to break through the barrier you place around yourself. You feel sad and lonely and wonder what it is you're missing. Later, it's a great time to reach out to the people you care about. If you haven't spoken to certain friends or family members in a long time, pick up the phone or send a message to check in with them. The pleasant energy of the evening will inspire you to share. Don't hesitate to let your emotions and intentions be known at this time. Just after midnight, the Virgo moon opposes Jupiter in Pisces, reminding us of the risk of excess. Be mindful of any late-night eating or drinking that could bother your gut. Many of us will be asleep at this hour, and we may be offered guidance in our dreams that bears relevance to waking life, where idealistic or grandiose thinking can get us into trouble. The moon then enters a short void lasting only a couple of hours. You will have to put up with unpleasantness in your private life, being asked repeatedly to take a stance on awkward conflicts. Some decisions may be taken that cause you great pain. Try to see this phase as a chance for inner growth. If you find the right way of doing things, you will be successful. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. Constantly tempted to seek pleasure for yourself, you don't even consider the thought of sharing intimate moments with another. If this is the way you feel, your attitude may satisfy you in the short term, but you notice something is missing, you're disenchanted. Practice self-restraint, reflect on your conduct. In the pre-dawn hours, the moon enters Libra, ending its short void of course. Over the next 2 days, our emotional equilibrium hinges on the stability of our relationships and our environments. Unjust or uncivilized interactions can be disturbing to us. We prefer to keep things light and friendly now, avoiding contention through diplomacy. Aim to be discerning and accept things for what they are instead of what you want them to be.